Stand by for Linglestown Gazette morning update. The crew is working fast and furious to get this dog and pony show up on the internet. This is Bill Bostic reporting. Anyone? Yes, we're live. I heard dings and dongs. I'm going to get it in front of me here so I can see the comments. There we go. And you can hear me? All right, we're good to go. All right, good morning, everybody. We're another new week. We're unwrapping here. My name is Bill Bostic. I'm a local journalist for about 25 years. Since 2006, I've been publishing Linglestown Gazette in one form or another. It's my third shot at it. And for over a year now, with some help from Crystal Bob, who's watching, real estate, actually a realtor with Iron Valley Real Estate of Central Pennsylvania and others who have helping hand with sponsorships. We've been doing this Linglestown Gazette morning update show. It had been 5 days a week. Now it's 3 days a week, and we're doing some other stuff too, which I'll get to in a moment. But I want to thank our primary sponsor. That is Consolidated Insurance Services. A Chinese bow to you, David Jones. Thank you so much. They're over on their exact location, if you want to put it in your GPS, is 6109 Jonestown Road. More or less behind what I call the Carnes Food Plaza. Look for that Erie Insurance sign. Business, home, auto, and life insurances. Plus a heck of a lot more. If you need your tire changed, maybe he would do that too. I'm not sure. Good morning to Moxie Maxwell. And that little screw up, that little slip, when I'm calling Moxie Maxie, a little bit under the weather today. Picked up a little bit of a cold. Nothing show-stopping, but not really totally with it. Hey, we're also brought to you in part by the Committee to re-elect Rich Mazzatesta and elect Ted Giovannis to the Central Dauphin School Board. We have a May 21st primary election coming up. I think you still have a few days to get registered if you're not registered. And before we get into the meat of this particular broadcast, a lot of it going to be about Central Dauphin School District, but other things as well. There's a little bit of fare for everybody. I mean, if you like this, that, or the other thing, you should be able to find something to latch onto here. But Linglestown Gazette Daily Update. This is the morning update. We also do a daily update Monday through Friday on a smart speaker type system, and there's links on Facebook, Linglestown Gazette's Facebook page. It's called the Daily Update. You can actually program your smart speaker. If you have an Amazon Alexa or Google Home speaker, you can program it. I want to let you know the people I'm working with on this, and actually have a call coming up here in a few minutes with the gentleman. I think he's from Canada. I'm not sure. Here, Alexa's talking to me right now. They actually have a phone app now. I downloaded it. I'm going to try and get the lowdown on it today. But it'll remind you somehow to listen to Linglestown Gazette Daily Update. It's a 2-minute newscast that's been out there since the beginning of the year, and some of you are finding it. Now, what we're going to get into today is several items on Central Dauphin School Board, and then some community news, and we're going to wrap up with some high school sports. And our watchdog report's brought to us by Kane Mortgage. Now, Kane Mortgage, when you look at their professionals, they have almost 100 years of experience. They're just waiting to help you finance a home, refinance a mortgage, help you with your finances in retirement times, all these kinds of things. Call Kane Mortgage, 717-541-5132. They're located just outside the village of Linglestown, not far from Colonial Golf and Tennis Club. See George Kunkel, Uncle Kunkel's here. George is doing yeoman's work with Coons Pool, which is wrapping up for not wrapping up, is moving into a position to have a great 2019 swim season. So let's get into the Central Dauphin School Board news, school district news really. The school board's meeting tonight. They typically meet twice a month. Tonight's the night. Now, if you've never witnessed a school board meeting, you may want to do that. And you don't even have to leave your home. If you're watching me on Facebook Live, you can actually take in the meeting online. They stream it. What you do is go to the Central Dauphin School District website, and you click on, there's a link, I think it's only the top tier of their web page has a number of links, and one of them will have a link to the school board. When you click on that, just to carefully review the information, there's a link to watch the meeting live. It starts at 7 o'clock. And on the agenda tonight, maybe some of you know Kaden Johnson. She's a student at Central Dauphin High School. She's going to be updating the board on all the good things happening out there on Piketown Road at the high school. There's going to be an update on the West Hanover Township, or I guess they call it West Hanover Elementary School, out there along Route 22, Allentown Boulevard. A new school is being constructed, whether you know it or not. Anthony Cristillo, the Fat Man, welcome to you. Tom Gingrich, good to see you this morning. That is on the agenda. So, there's an update. I forget how much, tens of millions of dollars for that project. The school will be in place next school year. There's a number of courses they're going to be reviewing and approving most likely, and also a new textbook. These are some of the things that the school board does. And I think the last time I replaced my roof in my home here in Linglestown, it was $6,000 or $7,000. I can't remember. I had a roofer actually fall off my roof and hit my my door going into the basement. But just putting that aside, the school district's undertaking a roofing project at Central Dauphin Middle School. They went out and got bids, and the project's coming in at this price: $587,000, $500,000 to do the roof there. Gosh, that is a big number. I'm not criticizing it. It's just like, wow, that is a lot of money to get a roof redone. In other school district news, of course, we had some sad information come across on Friday, reported by Penn Live, that a Central Dauphin School District teacher, who's also a soccer coach, faces charges of corruption of minors and is suspended from working with the school district. It's a teacher over at Swatera Middle School and soccer coach at Central Dauphin East. And the only reason I bring that up is I linked to that story on Friday. I think I got darn near 2,000 people that it reached. I mean, people are very, very, of course, very interested in this. But some of the comments, you may want to go back on Linglestown Gazette's Facebook page, scroll down to this story. It has a Central Dauphin School District sign out in front of the administration building. That's the picture there. And take a look at some of the comments. Really, it revolved. I think they were respectful comments, but insightful, I think, and they provide some information on the administration, the school board, and that kind of thing. And all I want to say is that if you're in the camp, and this is commentary, folks, this isn't reporting, this is commentary based on my observations. If you're in a camp that you're dissatisfied with the school board in some form or fashion, this is the year that you as a citizen can band together with other citizens and make a difference. Because there are 9 seats on the Central Dauphin School Board. 9, count them. 9, right? 9 seats. 5 of them are up for election. That means that this election, in one way or another, can impact the direction and trajectory of our school district. So it really behooves all of us, including myself, to really dig into this election, find out who's running, gather as much information as you can, and when you go into the voting booth on May 21st, have a good idea what you're doing. Just don't. It's not a beauty contest. We have our kids' futures are on the line. Our tax dollars are on the line, as far as the people we put in these positions. Fortunately, most of the seats are competitive. You're going to have choices. The only people who don't have a choice are people like me who live in Region 3. There's, I think, 5 regions. I believe. Let's see. No, I guess there's 3 regions. There's a certain number of regions. I believe there's 3 regions in the school district. And the eastern part of Lower Paxton Township and West Hanover is in Region 3. I'm trying to get those fingers up. Again, what you're listening to is Linglestown Gazette Morning Update, a slightly under the weather Bill Bostic reporting. So Region 3, you have Ford Thompson, who is a incumbent. and the school board president for a number of years now. And you have Linda Delago, who formerly was on the school board, resigned at some point, and now is seeking office again. She's very involved in the Panther Ram Foundation, I believe. But there's only 2 seats available and 2 candidates. So if Region 3 is going to be competitive, someone's going to have to mount a write-in candidacy. And, these primary elections, when it's municipal offices, don't get a lot of voters out for one reason or another. So it's not impossible that no matter what region you're in, if you've decided you want to run for school board, you'd have to do a write-in candidacy, and not impossible. So May 21st, circle that on your calendar. If you're not registered, please get registered now, because this school board election is extremely important. This fine show, in part, is brought to you by one of the people listening, and he's an admirer of my hat this morning. This is my news hat. I'm a news guy. I'm a journalist, right? TheFatManClothingCompany.com. Now, if you want to take a look at what they sell, all their fleeces, their T-shirts, their sports shirts, their mugs, their tumblers, all that kind of stuff, go to Fat Man Clothing Company, all written out.com. All right, so that's pretty much takes care of the school board. Probably more than you wanted to know, right? More than you wanted to know, the 8 of you that are watching. In Lower Paxton Township news, I do want to, this is the most exciting time. It's like unwrapping Christmas presents whenever we get to the end of the month, and the very, very exciting and important Lower Paxton Township Zoning Hearing Board meeting rolls around. I can't wait. I stay up all night thinking about this. I'm only kidding, folks. But there is an application here. The Zoning Hearing Board is a quasi-judicial board made up of some of our residents here in the township. They're volunteers. But it's like quasi-judicial. They take care of disputes with land use issues, or people who want to do things that don't line up with our regulations. And the applicant this month is Colonial Golf and Tennis Club, owned by Triple Crown Corporation. What they want to do, they're seeking a variance. They want permission to not follow the regulations as they're written, to put a changeable copy sign in the Linglestown Road Overlay District. It's a residential district, so they have some sort of signage they want to put probably along Linglestown Road. Changeable copy. I don't know if that's an electronic sign or it's something that you have to put letters in. I don't know, but they want a sign. And if this is something that you're interested in, if you for or against, you can go to the Township Zoning Meeting, Hearing Board meeting. That's Thursday at 7 o'clock at the Lower Paxton Township Municipal Center. Okay. One thing I wanted to let you know is that Linglestown Gazette, we do a lot of things here, even though we have no staff, very limited budget. One of the things we do is we contract out and do Facebook Live and YouTube Live broadcasts. Yesterday I was in Lancaster County along with my sidekick Joe Gilloway. We were working a basketball showcase event. As the games were happening and the high school players were playing, we were broadcasting that out on YouTube. All right, and I've done boxing type events where boxers are coming in and they're talking about what's going on. Of course, this is what we're doing here is on YouTube and Facebook Live. This is on YouTube too. All right, this again is Linglestown Gazette Morning Update. I'm Bill Bostic, your host. We're brought to you in part by St. Thomas Roasters Coffee House, the capital of coffee here in the Harrisburg region, and the capital of Lower Paxton Township is St. Thomas Roasters Coffee House, right in the square of Linglestown. We're going to do some community news. Over the last couple weeks, I've been telling you about murders that were going to take place in Linglestown. Well, 2 did take place, one Friday night, one Saturday night, at Springgate in the Village. That's the church building that's been used for a variety of things over the decades, other than being a church, across from St. Thomas Roasters. Springgate Vineyard hosts murder mysteries every spring and fall. And if you have to know, a guy by the name of Billigan, who I portrayed, was killed twice with some sort of lethal poison, and then this fashion model stabbed me for good measure. If you have to know who did it, it was the butler. So I just want to let you know that. We're also brought to you in part by CBC Cabinetry and Flooring. This is where quality and affordability come together for all your home improvement needs. They're going to be working on my office. I'm right now in my backyard office, and they're going to be helping me out here shortly with a workstation they're putting together for me. I'm going to try and get some information together for you as far as community news here. The Panther Ram Foundation, they have a big gala happening this Saturday night, and Linglestown Gazette will be participating. But beyond that, their NutriPack program, where they send backpacks home of food with elementary schools that are in families that have a shortage of food. They have a variety of volunteer positions open, so I have to try and get that out to you. One other thing I just came through today that I thought was interesting. Have you ever, in Lower Paxton Township, as you're driving around suburbia, seen deer? There's quite a few, here in the northern part of the township by the mountain, you see them occasionally. But if you live in Colonial Park, have you seen any deer? I have. I've been in the heart of Colonial Park, and I've seen deer running around. And there is a group called the Bot Steiber Institute. Tonight, they're having an event at the Dixon University Center, 2986 North Central, 2nd Street in Harrisburg. They're going to be talking about, it says, in an effort to educate the public about how to resolve conflicts in their neighborhoods with deer, this institute is hosting a Pennsylvania Urban Deer Conflict Management Seminar. Urban deer conflicts. How about that? So anyways, if you're interested in wildlife, you're interested in deer, that's tonight. And contact me if you want more information. But it's tonight from 6 until 8. The doors open at 5:30. Dixon University Center, the Administration Building, Conference Room B/C. One of our other sponsors, a new one, is Cole Performance Chiropractic. They're out there at it's the health club. Platinum Fitness out in West Hanover Township. We're going to wrap up today the Linglestown Gazette morning update with a quick note about sports. This is brought to you by Tonino's Pizza. We work with the one on Progress Avenue, right across the street from Susquehanna Township High School. On Friday was supposed to be the start of the spring sports season. It got wiped out by all the rain. I actually my home was taking in some water through the basement. It was so darn wet. So all the events on Friday were canceled. So now the official start of spring sports at the high schools starting today. Now, given time, given no staff, we really focus on the Central Dauphin Rams. Here's what's happening. We're working with the lacrosse teams. The boys lacrosse team has their home opener today against Chambersburg area Trojans. The varsity game kicks off at 4 o'clock at the high school on Piketown Road. The girls are traveling to Chambersburg for their first game. We hope to have reports, possibly some post-game interviews with players. The booster clubs and the coaches are doing all that coverage. We're just providing a platform for that to happen. The girls softball team, they got to go over to the West Shore. Hate it when you have to cross that river, especially when you're playing Cumberland Valley Lady Eagles. The softball team kicks off their play at 4:15 over at Cumberland Valley. You can watch baseball at the high school today. The baseball team is hosting the Cumberland Valley Eagles at 4:15 as your first pitch. And later in the evening, after you watch baseball, after you watch lacrosse, you can take in boys volleyball. That season kicks off today. The Rams will be hosting Governor Mifflin at 6:30. Well, despite my infirmaries, despite my age, despite my covering up my golden microphone, I think we've made it through this broadcast. This is Bill Bostic, your wannabe Walter Cronkite for Consolidated Insurance Services and the committee to re-elect Rich Mazzatesta and Ted Giovannis to the Central Dauphin School Board, signing off today. We will be back on Wednesday. Hopefully, Crystal Bob will be joining me, and we'll give you another update. Be sure to check the Linglestown Gazette Daily Update. It's a 2-minute audio news blast if you want to keep up to date day to day here in our great area of Linglestown and Lower Paxton Township, all of Central Dauphin School District. Have a great Monday. We'll see you Wednesday. If I can turn it off, that's a big question.